Hey everybody. I did a video a while back on disassembling the Honda Africa Twin OEM forks, and I told everybody I would obviously follow up with a rebuild of the forks. So what I'll do today is go through all the little different tidbits that go into the forks, little how-tos and things to know when you put these things together. So I think what I'll start with real quick is tools. What are you going to need for special tools? Um, Spring compressor, oil level tool. This one's already adjusted at 50 mil from top is what I'm going to go with once this whole thing's assembled. This is just a holder, no big deal there. Otherwise, your regular wrenches, whatever else. Also, ahead of time, what I did is I pre-cut some spacers. These will go behind your slider bushings. These guys right here. Basically, the idea is this bushing here, which actually goes right here. The OD is not big enough on these bushings, so by installing one of these shims, sometimes you might need more than a shim behind the bushing here. I'll show you later anyways. Gives you the right ID. So that's shims will go behind the slider on the inner leg. Right. Next up, running you guys through here parts. Honda slider, Honda guide, Honda sells oil seals and dust seals together. Now, I also mentioned that I would compare the OEM Honda seals versus this Kawasaki seal. Now, my buddy Richard did all the homework here. He compared the two seals, and this is what he came up with. So this is the Kawasaki seal, and you can see it doesn't have one ring, or sorry, one spring, but two springs. So this bit with the writing will face down onto the inner tube, so basically out into the elements. And the difference is, the big difference is this is the OEM Honda seal. And you can see the the writing that faces down into the elements has no spring. This seal here only has one spring. So the reason he recommends the Kawasaki seal is because of the two seals. The second recommendation is you have to buy the seal and the dust seal as a set. And oftentimes you don't really have to replace the dust seal. It's the oil seals that steer you wrong. So the Kawasaki seals are cheaper. You can buy them in pairs, and then you can buy dust seals as you need them. So, right. Next up, what I did is reassembled the dust seal, circlip here, oil seal, and this is actually already the Kawasaki seal, obviously, and washer. And you can see I got some painter's tape basically covering up the one of the bushings here that comes in, which has a considerable step. You can see right here, it's quite sharp actually, and then the tape covers the edge here. I mean, Honda recommends electrical tape. There's also specialized rubber bullets that I forgot who the manufacturer is that sells over them, so you can basically slide your seals over without damaging them. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to tell you guys about as well. So I'm already getting ahead of myself here. I also promised that I would talk about the crappy OEM dust seal. So you can see this dust seal, sorry, taking a bit to focus, has two springs on it. So here's what I did.